Well, I think that might be what I get for playing a little bit of CS this morning. Forgetting once again to turn off in-game volumes. That being said, nice way to introduce us into Legion versus Paroxysm. As we are going to be underway now, get the screen switched over for yourselves. Oh, it was already switched over. Great bit of production there. That being said, we are very much into pistol round. It's going to be Legion starting on the CT side. Once again, I do apologise for the delay getting this sorted out. We had some issues with some servers. Usual stuff as any starting online league will find. Like I said, as the league goes on though, we'll certainly warm into this stuff. We'll certainly get the hang of it. And a lot more will go smoother. Kuka OG, and you've just seen August there. A few people saying we should watch out for a couple of these players in here. I've not had the pleasure of casting either of these before, but Kuka OG and Kokot are going to find two early frags. Kokot going to find himself even more. Does in the end. Grashog and APL going to go down. That's going to leave just August. He's one we've been told to watch, but he's in a bit of a tricky situation. He's going to go down to the hands of Tim. Paroxysm are going to be able to take round number one. It's not a good start to things when you're getting BM'd by the admin in Twitch chat, but we'll move on. We'll move on. We're positive, we're confident going into this one. Paroxysm going to take round number one, and they're going to have quite a good buy coming out here actually. 4 AK-47s, 1 MAC-10 going to be on the player of Tim. It's not often you see such strong weapons coming out from the T sides this early on. Does mean they're going to have a little bit of limited utility coming into it. We're going to see a nice ray gun's interesting not to see a single CZ coming out post nerf. Has still been quite useful in a lot of the games we've seen so far on VAL HQ. Oh, almost able to find two, but Finchy going to be the right place at the right time. But, well, that's an interesting nade coming out from Antachi. He's going to take down his own teammate there. Finchy going to be the brunt of that joke. APL is able to get that little bit scary though. Element was turning around. Kokot, the cleanest of spray onto APL, but he's going to find the frag as well. Antachi and August remaining at the moment. So August, he's going to find a frag from a jumping down Tim, who's going to be able to trade it out though onto August. Antachi, last player alive, does have a deagle and 2 T players to find, but he may have just looked away at the worst possible moment there. Oh, and Antachi really lucky that Tim did not peek the angle. Pushing his way back into kitchen, and that's kind of interesting because he's going to have to now push back out of here again. Does take a little bit of damage. Last player alive for his team. Does hear the bomb going down at the moment. Tim going to be getting that one down, and he is going to go down in the end. Tim going to find the final frag. 2 rounds to 0. CT is going to be looking at an eco at this point. Always nice to see a couple of people shouting out who they're coming to watch today. As I said right at the start of this game, a couple of people wanting me to keep eyes on players of August and Kuka OG. So interesting to see if we get something interesting coming out at the moment. Interestingly enough, 4 for 4 now. APL going to find frag onto Kuga, but Raptor's going to come sweeping in out of connector into the A site. That's a good frag from August though onto Raptor. And the CTs here actually, with a little bit of upgraded weapons, I thought they'd just maybe go full eco here. Having a chance, but Finchy's going to get caught out at the top of Tetris. Kokon going to take a little bit of damage. 3 versus 2 now. Made that 3 versus 1. August's going to be the last alive for his team. He said it's not been a bad round for these CTs. Really weren't expecting them to even get much of anything out of this round. Element's going to go down, and this could have been possible for August, but not expecting the position of Tim. Hiding just around the corner. Quite an aggressive hold from Paroxysm, and it just works out for them in the end. The CTs there definitely got a lot further than they should have done. Took a lot more down. Definitely still a possibility. We'll see a CT win now. We are going to see weapons outcoming from both of these teams. Antarchi boost himself up here. And well, Raptor going to miss the shot, and that's going to be his life that he pays with it. Antarchi going to be able to find Raptor up on mid. That's going to give the CTs an early advantage into round number 4, and Finchy going to find Element. Advantage Legion. As things go a little bit quiet, as we can see Paroxysm here getting set to use some utility onto the A site. Kuka OG looks like he might be the player to lead the charge here, maybe catch out a player before this utility is used, but as you can hear now, that is going to come out from this Paroxysm side. If they're going to want to salvage something, there's a lot for him to find here. Kuka managed to push himself on side, and he should have a little bit of information after spotting Finchy jump up there. Knows there's going to be some players with them at the moment. So far, so good from Paroxysm as they start retaking the site. But Finchy misses his shot, and Kuka's going to take full advantage of that. Grashog with a nade, and that going to do just a tiny little bit of damage. Only a couple of hit points onto Kuka. This is a really slow push coming out from this T side, taking the time, but 25 seconds on the clock. Bomb had to go down eventually, and that's going to be now Kuka OG going to make this a 2 versus 2. Make that 2 versus 1. August's going to be the last player alive for the CT side, and he's got to find both Kuka and Tim. Unluckily for him, Tim goes down to 3 HP. August not able to find the frag, and Paroxysm are going to make it 4-0. Should certainly be interesting to see if they can keep this one going at this point. CTs at the moment, 3 P250s. Antarchi going to opt for the CZ. Wow, I don't know why that disappeared from my head there. Had a little bit of a moment, but oh, look at where. Will work out quite well for them. Actually, Coco had a chance there to possibly line up some frags. Not going to be in the end. Kuka going to find the attempt at flanking coming out from Finchy. That is going to leave APL all alone. And well, Tim was waiting for it. Expected round for Paroxysm. Counter-terrorists now of Legion going to get another chance to get themselves in this. We're going to see a double up setup coming out from August and Finchy. Going to be interesting to watch where these players go. August probably going to be the mid player, or maybe not. So we're actually going to see not a lot of hold there really. Finchy is going to try and hold it from connector, but it does give him a limited angle, and with that smoke could even allow someone to come short, but it's not going to be at the moment. Paroxysm not choosing to do so just yet. Passive start as the bomb is actually left in T-spawn at the moment. Finchy had plenty of time to line up the first frag. August going to find one short, find one onto Kokot. And Kuka actually had to be careful there because Antarchi had pushed up mid. Going to do a little bit of damage, bringing him down to 79 HP. Paroxysm. Risk of losing this clean sheet they've set up for themselves so far, 5-0. Maybe it's time now for Legion to start getting back into this one, as they're in a 5 versus 3. Grashog does know at least one player was in the pass, and he's going to be able to find that frag, and a big frag it'll be in the end as well. Tim going to be the last alive in a 1 versus 4. Looks away at the worst time, would have got killed by either of those players in the end. Legion going to take their first round as we make our way into round number 7. CT is going to continue with this double up setup that they have going at the moment. August and Finchy still very firmly placed with those. APL is going to be able to take himself an AK-47 from that round. Might just see an A push here, possibly Kuka to come from underpass, try and meet his team going through connector. Being said, it sounds like it's probably going to be a bit of a dry run. Paroxysm have bought themselves some smokes to be able to use in this situation. That being said, utility and weapon advantage definitely still in the hands of Legion right now. Looks like we are going to see these Molotovs and smoke grenades being used at the moment. Kuka, the underpass flank round into connector does work for him in the end. No, sorry, it doesn't work for him into the end even, as Grashog's going to be able to find him. He's also going to be able to find Kokot. Teammate is going to find a frag onto Grashog. A little bit of swapping around at the moment, but Tim's going to be the last alive for Paroxysm. CZ only to work with. Does manage to get Antarchi quite low, but it's going to be Antarchi with the M4 that does come out on top in the end. And well, that's going to make it 5-2 now in this best of one. Legion definitely starting to pick up some of these rounds that they've lost early on. Well, August going to be 7-5 at the moment. Tim and Cougar both having good starts to this game, if you're a big fan of KDs. Early shouts on these guys. Kokot going to start us off with a frag onto APL, going to things up a little bit. Grashog there debatably could have had a chance there to try and even things back out. Not going to be though. Kokot going down to 52 HP. Smoke's going to go down, and that should give Legion a little bit of a telltale sign that maybe something's going to come towards Connect here, and this boost could possibly work out quite against him, because look at where Raptor is. And well, that did not go as planned, but Grashog's actually in a good position here because Kokot does have the bomb, and if Grashog can win this fight, it could be huge for the CTs. Bomb is down, and that is very much now in Grashog's position with 3 T players in mid. That's going to leave Raptor to start making his way back out, and he's going to be on retrieval duty. August is going to have to try and give his teammate a little bit of support at the moment, so what looked good at the start for Grashog now is looking a little bit tricky for him. He's going to get taken down by Element. And if you have the support of his teammates in that situation, Legion would have been very much in the driving seat, but unfortunately for him, one quite far away and one did get fragged out quite early on. August now finds himself in a bit of a tricky 1 versus 3. Would have been amazing if he was able to find it somehow. Unfortunately, he's just going to get played with by Tim. He's going to find a frag, and he's going to add another one to that nice little KD he's building up at the moment. Well, 6 rounds to 2 at the moment. Counter-terrorist is going to be using some upgraded pistols at the moment to try and defend from this Paroxysm hit. That's surely going to be coming their way any moment. Grashog actually could be in a good position to do something at the moment. Finchy going to be taking advantage of the smoke. He's going to find himself 2 frags to be unfortunately get a little bit of lag there, but somehow, some way, Legion have been able to do the impossible here. They've now got their hands on 2 AK-47s and an all-part of these exchanges. Kokot's going to try and make things a little bit easy, but look at where APL is. Well, he could have even gone for the knife there, and Legion win a round out of possibly nothing there from pistols. That has got to be a hit to the confidence of Paroxysm. They started off quite well. Legion there taking advantage of quite some Paroxysm mistakes. Pushing a little bit too early. Well, look at where Finchy is at the moment. The audacity to just sit out there and wait for someone to peek him. Might have known someone was there already. And well, Finchy's going to start us off with quite an early frag. 3 players towards this B site at the moment, up in apartments. Maybe Tim to lead the charge first of all. APL is going to find himself a frag as we switch back over to this B site to keep an eye on if there's going to be any success out of this push for Paroxysm. Tim's managed to find his way out and down towards the B side at the moment. Could be able to push his way on, maybe take out August, but August does seem a little knowledgeable that something's going on at the moment. Element's able to find himself a frag as well as Raptor. That's going to allow the bomb to go down, but there's still 3 CT players alive for Legion at the moment to be able to perform some kind of retake. Raptor's going to be able to salvage an M4 at the moment. Surely there should be a weapon for Element in this case. It's interesting that he's going to stay with the Deagle. That being said, he's going to be able to find one, and Raptor's going to be able to line up 2 frags onto Grashog and Finchy. Paroxysm showing that they can win these type of rounds with upgraded pistols as well. I think at this point these teams just need to abandon the primaries. Who needs them at this point? We've seen both of these sides able to perform quite some interesting feats with pistols, as Raptor's going to find an early kill onto Finchy. Paroxysm once again having the initial advantage. He's going to find a frag onto Kuka as he starts making his way away. 4 versus 4 now. APL is going to be on low HP. You see Grashog here, he's going to be able to find a kill on Tim. Could make that too, but Element's going to deny him the chance to do so. 3 versus 3, and APL needs to be really careful with this 19 HP. Only 2 Paroxysm players to find at the moment. And Tarchi's going to go down to 4 HP. 2 versus 2. And well, August could have a nice little line of sight here. Knows where Raptor is. Tarchi's going to get taken down, and well, you just can't pin who's going to take these rounds at the moment. August versus Raptor in this 1 versus 1. He's going to start making his way around at the moment. It's interesting here actually seeing what both of these players are doing at the moment. Raptor's actually making his way back towards the B side. August, he's going to start making his way towards the A side. Both of these players are going to trade positions at the moment. Raptor's about to get the bomb down, and does August realise it yet? He knows the bomb's planted, but he needs to quickly realise that this isn't going to be the A site, and yet he knows now. Armour, no kit to work with here, so it has to be fast. You sort of where Raptor could be. Maybe not quite predicting it fully, but it's going to be Raptor who comes out on top. Paroxysm going to make it 8 rounds. Eight rounds to 3 at the moment. CT's going to be definitely in a situation where they're now going to have to eco. We're not going to see those upgraded pistols, which they are sometimes quite effective. And Tarchi is going to be our first player to go down at the moment. APL is going to have himself a P2000, possibly going to be able to do something with it here, but looks like it could be a fast round for Paroxysm. Colcott is going to get taken down for the T side. That being said, August is going to be the final player going. So 1 player taken down for this T side. It is something. August there had a chance at getting himself a second one, but Tim's going to be faster to the kill. Nine rounds to 3 at the moment. Paroxysm have had a really great start to this T side. Only seen a couple of situations at the moment where Legion's been able to properly punish this Paroxysm side fully and take home a round win. That being said, the rounds have certainly been close. Hasn't been a walkover necessarily at the moment, as Finchy's going to start us off with a frag onto Raptor. And that's just a little silly there for Element. I know he's probably trying to gather a little bit of information. Kuka's going to find a frag, but Grashog's going to be able to take him down from stairs. And the final TT players are on extremely low HP. Surely aren't going to be able to come away with a win here. Tim going to be the final player alive now. 11 HP as he tries to get the bomb down. And he is actually going to be able to get away with the bomb plant in the end. And well, I don't know if they meant to throw that Molotov, but it shouldn't matter too much. All the time in the world to get this one defused. I like that. I think UK players should only be casters. Sort of what happened with me, to be fair. Someone was making fun of me out of that last week, but it's a bit like if you can't do teach. If you you can't play cast. That being said, we are underway now. 4 rounds to 9. 9 in favour of Paroxysm. Could be a nice little lineup here coming out for August, but he's going to turn his back at the worst possible time. Going to take a few hit points of damage here. Some team players come flying out of apartments. Are they going to come out victorious here? Antarchi's done a good job at cutting it out. Yes, I'm indeed from Yorkshire. Chad Plant. Final round of the half now. Paroxysm are going to be on a bit of a weak buy coming into this one. Scout UMP P250, CZ, and 2 Deagles. So Legion here expected to make this 6 rounds as we make our way through, but I say expected. You just don't really know what to expect with these two teams. We've seen rounds which should be going in the way of one, or rounds that look like they could be throwaway rounds just turn into just quite the opposite. Both teams here always wanting to win regardless of the equipment that they're using, and well, Kuka might just be able to show us that at the moment. 2 versus 4 though. Paroxysm maybe not in the best of seats at the moment. Kokot's going to be the last alive. He's going to go down. We end the first half. Paroxysm 9, Legion 6. Very much still level. Could go either way, especially if Legion could take themselves the pistol round and start this one quite strong. They could level this one up quite quickly. Well, we are now once again underway with the second half pistol. August is going to be able to go for a P250 here. No CT player has gone for a kit buy. Now that might not be necessary though. Antarchi and APL going to go down, so we do see a little bit of an aggression coming out from these A players. Bomb's going to go down. Raptor needs to be careful because Finchy's just round the corner, but that's a nice little tap to the head from Raptor. Going to be able to make it a 4 versus 2, and it's looking good at the moment for Paroxysm to take this one. August going to be the last player alive, and this is going to have to be some pistol finesse here. He's going to want to try and find something. Not going to be though. Paroxysm going to make this their 10th round.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
And I think just while we wait for this round to start up, would like to just give a bit of a shout out to the sponsors of VAL HQ, Nitrous Networks, for being the server host, and definitely worth checking out if you're ever looking into having a little server for your team or any other servers for games you play. And also to Blizzard Tech Ltd, if you're interested in buying any tech online, do check them out, as we see quite a quick round actually going to come out at the moment. The vast majority of the T-side getting taken down in seconds there. Paroxysm going to make light work of these Ts, as they now able to purchase themselves some AK-47s. Round number 18, and Antarchi and Cougar expecting to flash here, and somehow, despite having the job of having to turn to Kuka OG, he's going to be able to find the frag. Flinchy's going to be able to find one. That's going to make this a little bit easier now, as Raptor's able to find a frag, but that's still going to be 3 players only alive at the moment for Paroxys to Legion's 4. This team side's actually quite spread apart, and that's going to make it even more difficult. Antarchi's going to go down. 3 versus 3. Tim actually still on the scout at the moment. Might be worth for him to get that upgraded as soon as possible. But whoa, look at where Element is at the moment. Oh, and that's just unlucky. Element, you had a chance. Tim, surely not. That is the second game now in a row I've cast where I've seen a double kill come out from these weapons. And I do have to make the obligatory Lara Croft reference as well. Well, can go anywhere at this point. APL's going to be able to reclaim himself the bomb because Raptor's going to be all the way over at the B site at the moment. And if APL's got any knowledge about this one, he's going to start making his way towards A, but it's not going to be. Raptor's going to find the frag. Paroxysm are going to give themselves a 6-round lead even. 6-round lead. And they're expected to make it a 7-round lead. Looking at the weapons, not this Paroxysm side, this Legion side even. I'm telling you, it's the British heat at the moment. Can make a guy go crazy. Round number 19 and Paroxysm looking to get this one closed out potentially in this second half. Tim in a position here, he could line himself up quite a few frags as we see these T's slowly creeping towards him. And oh, the timing, Tim! What is the timing? Switches out to an 8 at the worst possible moment, and this could have given Legion the opening into the round. Tim. You've got to wonder, could this round have been completely different there if it weren't for that timing? Well, Finchy gonna make light work of Paroxysm. Element's gonna be the last alive. He's gonna have to go into weapon saving mode at the moment. Element is gonna be able to find Grasshopper, but needs to be so careful. It's actually so close, but it's gonna be Finchy with the final frag, and the T's have won themselves a round, but as well they've managed to come away with some weapons here. Legion are gonna take it. And Tim, this guy has to be kicking himself at the moment after that one. Had the chance to take it for these CTs, but isn't going to be. Could have made it round 13, and well, Finchy's going to look to try and make this one even worse for Paroxysm. He's had a good game so far, actually, from the clips that we've seen of him. Just as I say that, Caster's Curse Kokot's going to take him out. He's going to be able to upgrade to the AWP. So still a possibility in this now for Paroxysm, as actually for some reason, almost with a lot of effect, a lot of the Paroxysm players make their way over to the B site. And to my absolute truth, I couldn't tell you as to what information they know to rotate over there, but they've done it, and unfortunately for them, I think these T's are going to make absolute work of this now. They're going to be able to get the bomb down, they're going to be able to make this a pretty ironclad defense, but not if Raptor's got anything to say about that. He's going to be able to find a frag onto Antachi. Legion have got the bomb down at the moment. APL's going to be able to find a frag onto Tim. The unlucky player at the moment. Raptor's also going to get taken down, so we're left with Element. The player with the AWP in this situation. He's got a 1 versus 3. Might just look maybe just to bring this AWP forward at this point. Bomb is ticking away. And oh, this could be a really bad time to try and escape. He is going to be able to find a frag with the Deagle, but Antachi, I think that was APL actually, who got the final frag there. That being said, Legion beginning to close the gap in this game. 8 rounds to 12, very much the possibility of closing this down now, especially looking at the eco of the CTs. Not a lot they can do in this round. So I would like to turn it to chat at this point. What's everyone expecting coming out from this round while we do have a little bit of a pause? Legion currently standing on 18 rounds, Paroxysm on 12. Any predictions from chat would be lovely. If you want to just let us know who you think's going to take it. A little bit of chat involvement. Oh, could go either way then, from what people are expecting. Legion expecting to make it 9 rounds once we unpause it here. Don't see Paroxysm really gaining much out of this one. Elements been able to get himself a deagle, but for the rest of his team, unless they're going to want to take a bit of a hit economy-wise, they're probably going to have to stick with this USPs. Have a little look at the scoreboard as well while we do have this interval. Raptor, who's been a player, has been able to hit some nice up shots for his team. Currently going to be on 19 and 12. Over on the other hand, August no longer the leading player for Paroxysm. Finchy, as we did mention earlier, who's been having a good game himself. He's now 18 and 6 for his side. APL going to be lying at the bottom 10 and 13, but none of these players really looking out of their depth at the moment. Quite an even scoreboard if you're looking at it from both of these sides. Spread of kills going to be quite even. Legion now might just want to look to pick up some rounds in this situation. Try and even things back up. They start going for the win. Antarchi's going to find himself one actually in the end. It's actually going to be Finch who must have been behind him in that situation. Antarchi just going to act as the bullet sponge for Finchy. He's going to go down to 4 HP. Tim's going to be the last player alive, and just as predicted, Paroxysm not going to be able to make anything from this round. One player alive, and he's just going to play in the role of exits at the moment. Just maybe try and take a weapon through, especially if it's going to be like the player of possibly Antarchi or Finchy who makes their way past him. But it doesn't look like it's going to be so. If anyone's going to try and challenge him here, it's going to be Grashog. He's going to be able to find the frag in the end onto Tim. Clean round there for Legion. Could be the big player in this round. He's found one, he's found two. Finchy and Antarchi are going to fall to him in connector. Kuka then could also make this worse for them. August is going to find Kuka. Make that two, actually. He's also going to be able to find Raptor in this situation. 3 versus 2 in favour of Paroxysm. August and Grasshog with the task of trying to bring something out of this one and get the bomb down onto this A side. That flash could actually be brilliant. But what's going on here? Grasshog? Did you check it? Did you check it? Don't think you checked it. And I'm a little bit speechless at the end of that one. Don't really know what to say. It was a great flash, had the ability to take down both of those players and possibly possibly make some work of it. Flashed himself. I don't think he was able to find the first frag, you see. And then I think he was checking jungle, and I don't think he really paid too much attention to what was going on around him. Element's going to be able to find a frag onto Finchy to start things off for Paroxysm. That means Grasshog, he's going to completely turn this the other way at the moment. Advantage Legion. Next to Grasshog, who's going to find himself 2 frags. Raptor, Tim and Kuka OG remaining on the CT side to try and stop a Legion. This Legion comeback resuming. Looks like we could actually see a boost into window here. That's actually going to be the receiver, and despite the fact that Raptor was the first to see that one. I'm not actually sure what we just cut to there. Kuka OG and August very close together. I'm not sure if Kuka maybe was actually creeping behind him for quite some time there or something. That being said, these T's now have to reclaim the bomb, and Tim's actually in a good position here once both of these players come past him. Kuka could be able to give the call out for him. Ideally though, Tim needs to just try and be the saving player here, but where Grasshog is. Grasshog's going to be able to find a frag alongside Antarchi. what certainly has been a few strange and confusing moments in this game so far. Has definitely been an interesting one to watch as we see Paroxysm now. 4 USPs Element going to go for that deagle again. We do seem to go for it quite often at the moment. Even though the Paroxysm economy is low at the moment and in a dire state of affairs. After seeing what I've seen in this map, I really wouldn't count anything out. If they can take a team player, it could be possible, but Finchy and August are going to team up there to take down Kuka, OG and Element, and that just makes itself a lot more improbable that we're going to see anything come out from Paroxysm in this one. 2 USPs remaining. Little in terms of expectations, and wow, that turn there from Antarchi, even though we only saw the silhouette coming out for it. I seem to have a sixth sense that someone was in the window. Must have heard a noise and just, well, despite not seeing it, certainly looked good. 100% headshot rating actually for Antarchi in this second half, as he finds himself 6 for 6. Legion now going to be expecting to continue the comeback. 11 rounds to 13, 2 to tie this back up again. And August is going to find the first frag for Legion. Legion at the moment looking pretty pumped. They've got to avoid the CZs of Paroxysm. And they may just do that. No risks going to come out from this team just yet. They're not going to play too aggressive. They're going to take their time in this round. And August, potentiality for him to get caught out by Element there as he makes his way down to 20 HP. Antarchi's going to come out and he's going to be able to find a frag. Could find a second one onto Kukuroji. It's actually going to be Neil, though. He's going to find the frag in the end. We are going to see 2 players from this T side go down to these CZs, and it's going to make it Kokot who's going to be the last alive. Considering how far away he is at the moment, we're expecting him to play a bit of an exit position. Kokot takes some damage there, and Finchy got a little hairy for him there, but able to find the frag in the end. 12 to 13. As Legion don't look like they're going to give up anything just yet, but this is going to be Paroxysm back on the board here with weapons. Going to be able to bring in some utility, although limited. Raptor and Tim going to be stuck on a smoke. That is simply because they are having to just invest entirely into these rounds at this point. Can't be afford to give Legion any more rounds in this one because they've invited them back into the game. In some situations by no fault, by no fault of their own. In some others, timing hasn't been perfect for them. We've seen an absolute horror moment for Tim, pulling out a nade at the worst possible moment as he gets pushed by the Legion side on apartments, and little moments like that for his team have come change things completely. And Antarchi, he's going to push back to Kokot. Paroxysm could potentially be in the driving seat now as they take down Antarchi. Terrorist's going to have to regroup and readjust. Would actually appear that we're going to see a bit of a split push coming towards the B side at the moment. Grashog's going to get an important kill onto Elements, and this is just going to leave Tim completely on his own. And well, he's going to fall into the hands of Grashog, who's been quite instrumental there for a second. 2 players remaining for Paroxysm, and you just don't fancy the chances at the moment. Kukuroji is going to go down, and well, Kokot's going to be the last player remaining once more. See if he's able to make anything out of it this time. And look at Grashov, he's actually on 1 HP. He's going to go down quite easily to Kokot. But at this point now, Bomb is ticking away. Legion look poised to bring this to 13-13. Bomb ticking away, and yet very much just playing for these exits at this point. He's going to be able to take him down an AW, take himself an AWP. He's actually going to because APL look like he's hunting in this situation. On Kokot. For a second there, he was probably worried, but he is going to be able to take his AWP. He's going to be able to give that to Cuckoo, well, to Raptor even. Makes a lot more sense considering how good Raptor's been so far. That being said, it's all square in this Division 3 game. Started off looking extremely promising for Paroxysm. As I said earlier, they've invited Legion back into this game and they've accepted gladly. Well, actually, Kukuroji, that could have gone extremely well or extremely badly. Unfortunately, it was the second of those two. And actually, Kokot's in a good position here. Unfortunately, the bomb wasn't being planted towards it, but the T's here maybe jumping the gun a little early. They've actually found themselves surrounded, not checking out the A site completely. Look at this now, August. For a second they thought he was going to get sandwiched by a player in both Palace and T-Stairs. 3 versus 2. August is going to be able to find that frag, and that's just going to leave us with Raptor for this Paroxysm side. And he's going to give up the ghost here. Legion are going to take the lead. And that's going to be a big lead, and Legion just look like the team who are just going to rack up the rounds. Now, we thought we were going to see Paroxysm just close this one out, shut this one down. Legion have given us the comeback, and now they are very much in the driving seat in this game. 14 rounds to 13 to Legion. And this is very much in danger of going either way at this point. Possibility of this going either way at the moment. So we do see the bomb make its way into apartments. That's a good little nade. Antarchi's going to fall to 63 HP. Could find himself another. Surely sees Kuka. And Antarchi, I think there's missed a good chance to find himself a second frag in this, well, a frag in this round even. What was going on there? Rashov was able to just completely walk onto the B side, despite the fact there's supposed to be 2 players holding it. Gets himself a free kill. He's watching short, and we're going to see Paroxysm now having to retake the B side. Bomb is down for the T side, Legion side. 3 versus 3, and Raptor's got a bit of work running to do here if he's going to want to get to his team in time. Kits are lacking for this CT side at present. Grashov has been absolutely instrumental in some of these post-bomb plant situations. APL has seen the player of Kokot, and that should give this Legion players a bit of confidence going into this, and Kokot is going to be able to take down APL. And it's going to be Legion now. Oh, actually, Kokot's going to be able to find both, but it's still not good for Paroxysm. Legion are going to make this match point. And you have to applaud Legion for having just the absolute willpower to come back, to get back into it. They've been superb. Paroxysm have had a really great start to the game, taking nothing away from them. But you just got to think maybe they just took their foot off the accelerator as we moved into the second half. So far at the moment, if you're looking at just the way it's gone for them, 6 rounds in a row at the moment for Legion. And they could make it 7 to end the game. It is a best of 1, and it would count as a win in their league standings. Confidence that a early division win will bring It's something that we'll only see in time, but maybe that's actually not going to be the case. Kuka's going to find an early frag now onto Antarchy. This T-side's going to lose a player quite early, but we're going to see some early V aggression coming out from them at the moment. August, with this sweeping run round, he's going to be able to find one, but it's only going to be 3 players at the moment for the Legion match point side. Make that 2. Grasshog's going to be the final player, and he can close this out for his team now. 16 HP as there's only 2 players remaining, but there is one behind him at the moment in apartments. Could he be the player to clutch this one out for his side at the moment? Does need to be so watchful of Kitchen. Can't turn his back away. And unfortunately for him, it did Kuka taking full advantage of that one. 15 to 14. Down to the wire. And we're actually going to see a match pause. And you can only assume at this point it's tactical. No matter if you're Legion, no matter if you're Paroxysm, this round's got to be perfect. It's got to be, if you're going to do an execute, it's got to be perfect. Too much could lie on this. Even though it's a division, even though you've got multiple games to come back from this, this could be the game that means you either qualify or don't. Hoping, yet we are once again underway. Will be our final round, regardless of the result. As is division gameplay, win, loss, draw situations. It'll be certainly interesting to see which way it goes, but as the player we're watching at the moment, or was watching, Kokot is going to have an auto here to maybe just try and carry this one through for Paroxysm. Interesting purchase going to come out, but it might not make the difference. Grashog is going to find the first frag. He is going to go down to 59 HP, but it's going to give them the man advantage going into this one. 3 players are going to be holding mid at the moment, but we've got one towards T-Stairs and in Palace, suggesting we might see an A hit with 3 players coming from Palace, or possibly boosted up through towards window. Just need to be wary, making sure no one's going to be in short, and that's going to be Antarchy's job at the moment, just to get that cleared out. He actually now has the ability to completely check through a window. It's already been broken for him, but look at where Element is. Antarchy able to get away with that one just before he jumps down. It's now going to make it a 5 versus 3. Make that 5 versus 2. Kokot and Tim going to be the last alive, but Kokot's the one with the auto sniper. He's going to be able to find himself at least one kill with his prized possession. However, he is going to get taken down. Tim's going to be your final player alive at the moment for Paroxysm. Could we see Legion take it? Yes, we will. 16 to 14. Legion do take the win in the end in what is such a close game. And there's been some absolute drama moments in this game. As we did say earlier,